Hi guys, so I'm meet everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. I got my phone propped up against my purse. This is the LG M210 phone. Um, and I figured today we will do a little more of a standard vlog on it. I looked at the weather forecast for the next few days, and it's going to be very mild. Temperatures will be in the mid-teens to low 20s. That's in Celsius. So it's going to be nicer days outside. Tomorrow's live stream is going to be a high of 16 degrees Celsius. And then it's going to kind of fluctuate between, as I said, between 16 and 22. So it's not going to be a bad day at all for going outside and doing things. Today, me and Dory are going to go shopping. She's borrowing a friend's car so we can get to the store. And so we're going to get some food for the house. Dory originally was hoping that we were going to go to Price Right. I am actually not too impressed with Price Right, really. I don't like it that much. I'd rather go to Aldi instead, so we're going to go to Aldi. And then I wanted to also do some price comparison with Big Y, which is they got to go to Lowe's and get some LED bulbs. Why LED bulbs? Two reasons. Number one, the electric company offers us an incentive and a break on Sylvania brand LED bulbs. Same kind of bulbs that we've been using in some of our everyday lighting situations. They only draw about 9 watts of energy. They're dimmable, and they're standard A9 shape, so they fit in all standard fixtures. And the light's pretty consistent. It doesn't seem to have a lot of flicker issues, so that's a great thing. That's why I like those brands from Sylvania. Oh yeah, I forgot they last a long time. We put one in the hallway a couple of, about 2 or 3 years ago after the CFL bulb that was in there called it quits, and it's been running steady ever since. We've also had one in my kitchen fixture. I was in there a little bit longer since I got back from the Yellow House. I think it was around 2015, and it's still going strong. So there's a lot of reasons to look into these, getting some more LED bulbs because they're going to give the brightness. They're going to use less energy, and because it's going to potentially be a fairly warm summer, and it's going to produce less heat. I'm looking to see if I can find some LED bulbs for the studio to replace the incandescents, but there's two things that is a real deal breaker from what I can see. Number one, finding a bulb with the same number of lumens, of about 6,000 lumens each. I have not yet seen any that even come close to what I'm getting from the Sylvania PS25's 300 watt incandescents. Those produce about 5,800 lumens, and they are enormously bright. There are floodlights, LED floodlights that can go that bright in lumens capacity. However, the problem with the floodlights is there's two different types. There is a kind that have an integrated driver on the board. In other words, it doesn't use a separate driver. Those are said to be flicker happy. And the other kind that has a separate LED driver, depending on the grade of the driver, is not as flicker happy, but unfortunately adds to the cost of the fixture. And several of the Chinese manufacturers, it has been noted, do not seem to do a very good job of properly earthing the fixtures, and that is a safety concern because the cases are metal, they're not plastic. Okay, so a non-metal case is a good way to have a case of electrocution. So I don't want to really use those fixtures for that reason. Besides the fact that they're awfully large and they're ugly. I guess the ugly part is the good reason I really wouldn't want to use them. Now, because this does shoot in high def, I have to be careful because I don't know how much real space my phone has available because I don't have an extra SD card in it. Now, one more thing is we are having a live stream tomorrow, and we are going to, well, I was going to share my iPhone, but I don't have to, be exploring ways to use this phone, not just as a chat reader, but also as a way to use it for more things. With the OTG option, it plugs into my Behringer Q1202 USB mixer, so the USB connection, which allows us to get a really good sound quality to the phone using our studio microphones and everything. The only caveat seems to be that I don't know if this phone can be charged at the same time you're powering things through OTG. Some phones can be, some cannot. I don't know if this is one of those that can. But if it can, that would make things easier. If not, I could do is always stack up a couple extra batteries, because this does use removable batteries, so I do have that as an option as well, to use a removable battery, get a new one, and just keep a whole stack of them fresh and hot and all ready to go. Just like I did for my mobile internet device, which I rarely ever change the battery on, but I do change it once in a while if the batteries get really fatigued and I don't have time to wait for it to charge up again. Now, last thing is, what are we going to talk about tomorrow? Well, I don't really have an idea. You know what? I needed to come up with an idea for a topic. I really do not know. Well, we talk about this other thing that would stop you from using this phone. Oh, yes. Using the LG phone. Yes. This is the bracket here I use for my iPhone 4S. And unfortunately, as it sees, it's kind of worn down and kind of beat up and kind of decrepitly plastic's falling apart on it. If this LG M210 phone will not fit in that bracket. So I have to take this bracket off and get the other kind that would fit this and mount this onto my tray. On my homemade weighted base here, which I want to eventually get some rubber feet on the bottom because it still slides across the table. I'm going to be going to Lowe's today, so maybe I can get some rubber feet for that. I also still would like to know why some people still keep disliking my videos, because several people have said to me, says your video quality is there. Sometimes you do have a very good subject. And sometimes, though, to be honest with you, is you drag it on too long. Especially in the live chats when you're sitting there and you're trying to fill in the space waiting for the questions to come in, and that is true. You can't help that. If you're waiting for the questions and you need to fill the air with something, so that does make a difference. But with a vlog like this, if we have to, we can edit this down, we can chop it up, we can thin it out if necessary. And usually on my iPhone I keep it less than 10 minutes because my iPhone will not upload videos any longer than 15 minutes because the YouTube capture program no longer works with it. I've asked YouTube about that. There is no current update for it. So I just I have no idea when that phone's going to be working. Whether the YouTube capture will be updated or not. So yeah, you're going to see more of this phone as we begin to explore the fact that we can do things with this phone that I cannot do with the iPhone. Also, Apple is not exactly helping anybody either with their policies lately, and they have been upsetting a lot of people, especially with the newest iOS 10.31 fix, which unfortunately is a battery killer. And they're waiting, hopefully Apple will come up with an update or repair for that bug to make the phones usable again. Every time I think of Apple, I always tend to get really kind of angry at how many times they keep welding the hood shut when you want to have to be able to repair things and make things better. Speaking of repair, Louis Rossman and Jessica Jones have been talking about the right to repair bill that they're trying to get passed in the state of New York. The right to repair bill is exactly something I would indeed support because it's I want to be able to fix my own stuff. Okay? I think that the manufacturer has made a mistake or manufacturer defect or something, and I want to have the right, especially if my phone is out of warranty, to go ahead, get the repair, diagnostics, and or parts and fix it myself. So yes, right to repair should be a right of Americans, especially for devices that are out of warranty. Companies don't normally want to support right to repair because they want to do you must replace instead. But as was pointed out in a piece shared by Lois Rossman, the problem is that the New York State says that the landfills are getting full of old broken e-waste that could have been fixed if the manufacturers would have been willing to share the information to those who want to fix them, especially things that are out of warranty that need to be fixed, like phones or tablets or computers or mixers, like studio mixers, or like anything that a person buys, including your car. You should have the right to fix your own car. You should have the right to get access to the tools available from the manufacturer. And you should not have to worry about buying janky, cheap, wrong parts from some third-party seller that has no quality control, desires to keep everything quality control, or having custom season your products that you order, as what happened to Justa Jones when she lost $1,700 of screen replacements because of the fact that the screens were refurbished screens. Or in the case of the poor guy that was a reseller and was offering copies of the recovery discs for his computers that he was selling to customers. This is the kind of thing where we need to say to these companies, no, we're not going to play that game anymore, okay? We are going to allow people to have the right to repair their items, and that is something that should be available to all people. And of course, not everybody is good at it, okay? Okay, oh yeah, you have the right to break it too. If you fix it and you mess up because you're not skilled with a soldering iron or something like that, yeah, okay, that happens. But at least if you have the schematics and if you feel you can deal with it, you have the right to make an effort. And of course, if you don't do a good job, that's okay. Chalk that up as experience. There's a lot of fine microcircuits now in electronics that are getting really, really small, and that's how you learn. If you accidentally break what you're trying to fix and it doesn't make it any better, if it's already broken anyway, you can always say, well, I didn't make it any better, and I certainly may have made it worse, but at the same time, I learned how it works, and I had a chance to see how it's put together. And that is always a valuable lesson to learn for skills. Alright, so to prevent people from thinking I'm rambling on, I'm going to end this right now. But don't forget to check out Sunday. We can go through this in more detail on Sunday's live stream. I would love to hear your opinions on the topic. Okay? So for now, see you later, guys. Bye-bye.